Welcome to Bluebook Basics. My name is Jessica Almeida, and I'm a librarian at the UMass Law Library. In today's video, I will be looking at the Bluebook citation formats for articles found both online and offline. Let's start with articles. Everything you need to know about the format for articles you can find in Rule 16 of the 22nd edition of the Bluebook. Here is the basic format. So for instance, you have the author's full name, comma, the title of the article, which is italicized, comma, the volume number, the journal abbreviation, which is in small caps, the page number that it starts on, comma, your pin site, and then the year in parentheses. And then we always end our footnote with a period. Now, two things you want to notice. The first thing is that your shortcut for small caps is right here. So on a PC or a Mac, you can also see at the bottom, I've left a little note that says you can consult tables 6, 10, and 13 to help abbreviate publications. Let's try this with our example. So we have the author's name, comma, the title of the article, italicized, comma. This article is found in volume 110 of the Law Library Journal. It's abbreviated and it's in small caps. The article starts on page 31, comma. I'm referencing 33, so that is my pin site. And then here is the date of publication in parentheses. And then I always have a period at the end of my footnote. Once again, I've left you just some notes, the shortcut for small caps, and the tables to consult if you're struggling to abbreviate the publication. Let's take a look at what it looks like in the footnotes. So here I have footnote 7, which is the full site. And then in footnote 8, I'm once again referencing the article above, but my pin site is slightly different. I'm referencing page 37. So I use an id. It is italicized, then I use the word at, and then the page number and a period. Later on in the article, later on in my paper, I'm going to cite to Matoli again. So here you'll see in footnote 12, I've done my super note. So I have the author's last name, comma, supra, which is italicized, note. We find the full citation at note 7. So look, see note 7 right here, comma, at 39 is my pin site, and then a period. Just a gentle reminder that all super notes should be done at the end. So write your entire paper, add your footnotes, and as you're polishing your footnotes, in other words, the text of your paper is finalized, that's when you put in your super notes, only so that it doesn't get confusing as you're adding and deleting sections and footnotes. Let's take a look at online articles now. The format for online articles is Rule 18.2.2 in the 22nd edition of the Bluebook. The basic format is the author's full name, comma, the title of the article, which is italicized, comma, publication title, which is in small caps, the date and time, if available. You're going to use the date and or timestamp that is specifically on the site, comma, URL, period. Once again, I've left you some notes. Here's your shortcuts for small caps, and then the tables that you can consult to abbreviate those publications. Let's take our example and create our footnote. So here we have the author's name, comma, the title of the article, italicized, comma, the publication title, which is also in small caps. Then we have the date that it was published online, in parentheses, comma, and then the URL. Let's take a look at what it looks like when we put it in the footnotes. So here we have footnote 10, we have our full cite. If I needed to cite to this again right away, I would use an id. Now notice there's no pin cite with these. Because it's an online article, there's no pagination, so I can't use a pin cite. Later on, you will see I want to cite to Benner again. So in footnote 15, I do a supranote. So Benner, comma, supra, which is of course italicized, note 10. And so what I'm telling the reader is I'm citing to this again. Please see footnote 10 for the full citation. If you have any questions on how to cite to articles, both in law reviews or medical journals, or if it's just online, feel free to reach out to me directly, or you can email the law librarians at lawlib@umassd.edu. Happy blue booking.